Parade watchers, it is time for another history video. Today we're going to look at a elf that keeps an eye on you if you're naughty or nice, which that is of course the elf on the shelf, for its appearance as a giant balloon in the Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade. We start up in 2012 when the elf on the shelf made his parade debut with SSA and balloon. I don't know how to pronounce it. From 2012 to 2019 with the Lumber Company for 2020 as a sponsor. And the design is generic, as always, but he's one of the tallest balloons, not over the size limit.
Trace is a big guy, but at 68 feet tall, this enormous balloon called Elf on the Shelf is among the largest ever to appear in a Macy's parade. That big guy represents Santa's scouts who are sent around the world to learn who's been naughty and who's been nice.
That's right. When families go online to adopt and name a scout, that elf receives its Christmas magic and flies back to the North Pole to report its findings to Mr. Claus. For lots of fun games and special messages from Santa, kids can visit Elf on the Shelf online.
Australian pop star Cody Simpson and the brilliant Buzz Lightyear balloon coming your way live on NBC.
The Elf on the Shelf would continue for a lot of years until 2020, when he retired after that.
Soon, Santa Claus will make his appearance right here at the end of the parade route. Scouting that route for him is one of Santa's favorite Elf on the Shelf helpers. At 64 feet tall, our Elf in the Sky is the largest balloon ever to appear in the Macy's parade.
He'd need one big shelf. As this big guy smiles at the crowd, millions of little Scout elves are preparing to leave the North Pole to join their families, and some have already left. The Elf on the Shelf's new book, A Birthday Tradition, is in stores now.
From Sean Saves the World, Megan Hilty, and the grand arrival of Santa Claus, when we return.
Thank you, Pentatonics, and here comes Santa's favorite scout elf, the Elf on the Shelf. At 64 feet tall, our Elf in the Sky is one of the tallest balloons ever to appear in this parade. This year, the creators of the Elf on the Shelf are bringing us a new tale about Santa's animal helpers. It's called Elf Pets, a reindeer tradition.
It's up to each reindeer with its heart full of Christmas magic to join with children everywhere to make sure that Santa's sleigh soars this Christmas Eve.
This is the
Making his 11th.
We're back now with one of Santa's special helpers, better known as the Elf on the Shelf. It took 8 designers over 6 months to construct this giant elf balloon, which is as tall as the White House. Scout elves will be returning to homes around the world during Scout Elf Return Week. That kicks off tomorrow.
Matt, did you know this is the most common week that families welcome back their Scout elves? In Savannah, they adopt one from one of Santa's official Scout elf adoption centers.
Joining us now from the Twin Cities of Champaign and Urbana in East Central Illinois, parade staple since 2012. Here, flying through the air, is the Elf on the Shelf, the tallest character balloon in the parade's 90-year history. Scout elves will begin returning to homes all around the world during Scout Elf Return Week. That kicks off tomorrow. This is when families welcome back their Scout elves and elf pets, or adopt one from one of Santa's official Scout Elf adoption centers.
And soon, children will be welcoming home their Scout elves, elf pets, reindeer, and St. Bernards to ring in the holiday season.
Here is just a sample of what
Aaron Shep.
The Elf on the Shelf balloon is not only the largest elf in Santa's workshop, he's also the largest balloon character in the parade's history. Santa's helper is straight from the North Pole to a family's home during Scout Elf Return Week, which kicks off tomorrow.
The Elf on the Shelf visits over 11 million homes worldwide, and this year's bringing a new twist to a favorite Christmas tradition with Scout Elf Express delivers letters to Santa, which transforms children's letters to Santa into keepsake ornaments.
And now the Peanuts Gallery has arrived, and the gang got an early jump on Christmas, decorating their yard.
Strike up the band. Here's make room in the sky for the largest character balloons in our parade's history. Here flies Santa's biggest Scout elf, good old Elf on the Shelf.
Millions of homes worldwide have adopted this family tradition of having a Scout elf, which comes complete with its own illustrated storybook and a keepsake box.
So kids of all ages enjoy waking up each morning during the season to see where their elf has landed after flying to and from the North Pole each night.
Louis the Duck is on the roll again. He's pulling white.
All right, here comes the Elf on the Shelf in hope and in love.
We'll make room in the sky for this big guy. Based on the best-selling storybook comes Santa's biggest Scout elf, the Elf on the Shelf. More than 13 million families have welcomed a Scout elf into their homes. Each elf has a unique personality, and their main job is to watch and listen, reporting back to Santa every single night. Scout elves also love to find new places to land after flying to the North Pole every night. They can even sing and dance, as can be seen in the holiday classic An Elf's Story and new Elf Pets animated specials. Sounding so good. Thank you, Tori Kelly, for putting us in the Christmas mood, and adding to it, at 68 feet tall, is the Elf on the Shelf balloon, which is among the largest balloons ever to appear in a Macys parade. This elf in the sky represents Santa's Scout elves, who are sent from the North Pole around the world to help the Jolly One manage his nice list.
This year marks the 15th anniversary of the Elf on the Shelf's entrance onto the global stage, and has since launched one of the best-selling children's books of all time. To get an inside look at Santa's world and play games and share activities with the elf characters, visit Santa's North Pole online.
And on December 9th...
Most balloons ever to appear in a Macys parade. This elf in the sky represents Santa's Scout